Good day to be a fan. I gotta ask before we go into anything, man. The I didn't know this was a thing, but they got this is like one of the first times they're doing it, but they're doing 2 days before the they weigh in 2 days before the fight, so they have two sleeps between the fight. And apparently some of the fighters don't like it because their opponents are like huge weight bullies. So now they have a bunch of more time to rehydrate. I think it's going to benefit Benoit Saint Denis, Diego Lopez, and I think it's going to benefit Ruffy, Tai Tuivasa too. He can, he cuts to heavyweight, which is just absolutely insane. But I didn't know they were doing that. Kind of sucks. I feel like the Australian card should always be, dude. Dana White is such a chud. Dude, Dana White is such a chud, man. Why is this guy the way he is? He's such a chud, bro. What jobs are you like AI replacing jobs? There's people that would be mad at that. You know that? Okay, perfect. Good, 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 good. You're happy that? That's dope. You're happy. I like that you're happy. It's not about what makes you happy, it's about the fact that you are happy. At the end of the day. Ah, I just get really mad. I know, but they're right now they're not going to be replaced, but they're getting close to it, dude. They are getting close to it. But who cares? Who cares? Fuck that. I don't give a fuck about AI or art digital artists, to be honest. I'm more concerned about UFC. I'm more concerned about my parlays hitting. If I had a choice between getting rid of AI and saving a bunch of artists' jobs and getting my UFC picks correct, dude, come on. I'm getting my UFC picks correct 100% of the time, you know? That's one of my if I could pick my superpowers, dude, it would 100% be able to 100% accurately predict UFC fights. And just be like, dude, I'm telling you guys it's going to happen. Did you see Aaron Tao miss weight? Yes. Dude, I did see Aaron Tao versus miss weight. Dude, that was bad. That was bad. Bro thought he got away with it too. Bro thought he was using his elbows to balance on the thing, right? He was the last guy to weigh in, and he came in at 122 and a quarter pounds. And this guy probably instantly knew. No, this guy probably first thought, he's like, dude, I can't believe I got away with that. Right? They get him to step back on the scale, starts walking away, and then he's like, oh, fuck. This guy's cooked because he's not a UFC fighter. At that point, I would just. 129 is crazy. 129 is literally crazy. Actually insane. And dude, you know what's crazy? I saw this resurfaced interview of Aaron Tao, and he was like talking about how his old boss was saying that this isn't a good path to go down. One day you're gonna try to become a fighter, you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna have to come back and you're gonna ask for this job back. And he's like, nah, fuck you, I'm never coming back. I'm gonna make it as a UFC fighter. And bro literally just failed on his first chance. And he's probably gonna have to come back to his job. So I was like, dude, that's so tough. Imagine saying F you to your job and then instantly you fail and you're like, oh fuck. Now I can't come back, bro. This guy's genuinely cooked. But Adesanya, dude, Adesanya has some real leverage. So if Adesanya wants to be like, yo, give him another shot, I feel like they would listen to him. Dumbass versus Malaki. Selkilled is not injured. Selkilled injured. No, he's not injured, bro. What are you talking about? Dumbass, yeah, bro. Cedric Dumbass is not going to be taking on Malarkey at 155 pounds, bro. How would you enjoy the UFC if you knew the results? How would I enjoy the UFC? In my $1 billion house with my 6 freaking model wives? That's exactly how I would enjoy the UFC. I would also enjoy the UFC of being like, maybe my superpower would be predicting who wins fights, but not how they win. So I'd be like, oh, this guy wins, but I don't know if it's a decision. I don't know if it's a submission. I don't know if it's first round, second round, third round, fifth round, whatever. Or the fashion of the fight. I just want to be able to know who wins, bet on it, become a billionaire, freaking get my model shorties, doing all that shit. But I was telling you last stream, he got a KO from literally just back of the head punches of this little Asian guy. Now he misses weights and cheats. Yeah. And he almost got away with it. He literally almost got away with it. If this guy knew, dude, honestly, if only he knew he was gonna miss weight, he could have added that to his training camp and be like, okay, how much weight do I have to put on in order to subtract enough weight? Because if he came in at 124.5 or 125, they would have been like, okay, that's good. But because he came in at 122, bro, he fucked it up. Genuinely just fucked it up. He should have had he could have had constipation and 5 pounds of shit in his bowels. He didn't even look weight drained though. That's the thing. MMA was so tough before Dag. Was it really? I think it was more tough before me too. I ain't gonna lie. Dude, I'm telling you, I used to get bricked off Derek Lewis knockouts. When Derek Lewis knocked out, who did he knock out? Forget who he knocked out, but he knocked someone out. And, I literally just got bricked. I was like, holy shit. Holy shit. This is a long time ago. It's like 5 years ago. Here's your last predictions. Lopez. Dude, everybody's picking Lopez. GP, bro, I'm not GP. I am not GP, bro. I'm not GP. Don't ever call me that. You know I'm not. Don't ruin the meaning before it hasn't even spread. Okay? Dude, when GP starts getting used in MMA spaces, dude, that's when you know I've made it. He's so dumb, yeah. How come I feel like just because everybody's picking Lopez, I feel like there might be a Volk masterclass coming up. Like, I feel like this is one of those fights where it's like everybody's doubting him. Like, everybody doubted him last time, and he came back looking good. But I think there was more people picking Diego Lopez this time around than there are last time around. So it gives me the impression that, dude, Volk might just KO this fool. Like, he might just head kick Diego Lopez out of nowhere. Like, Volk might look the best he's ever looked. Indonesia. Like a body kick that lands with the toes Lopez dummy? What does that even mean? Oh, you're picking Volk to win? Okay. He is 37, and guys, Volk looks like shit on the scales, let's be honest. What's up, Diddy Booty Dag? What's up, man? I don't understand how people can choose Ruffy. I put my house on Fiziev. Ooh! Dude, prepare to lose your house. You genuinely think Fiziev is going to beat Ruffy? Seriously? Are we forgetting these guys have a common opponent in freaking Bobby Green? Look at Fiziev's fight with Bobby Green. Enough said. They had a 3-round back and forth war. You know what I mean? 3-round back and forth war. Right? And Ruffy and Bobby Green, he got him out of there round 1 and styled on him too. 2021 Bobby was so good. Yeah, so tough. I mean, he beat Ally Aquinta and got, submitted by Islam? He did beat Nasrat Haqparast. Bobby did beat Nasrat Haqparast, which is a great aged win. And not only did he beat Nasrat Haqparast, he styled on Nasrat Haqparast. So I do give that to you a little bit there. Bobby Green at one point was really good. That streak he went on, it was a good streak. I truly did believe in Bobby Green. Beat Ally Quinta, lost to Islam. You know, beat Nasrat, lost to Fiziev, lost to Dober, right? So it wasn't a bad time to be Bobby Green. But still, I still think that version of Bobby Green still gets KO'd by Ruffy. Islam submitted him in 2022. Oh, my bad. 6 months difference. Oh, my bad. Stop calling me GP. I'm not GP just because I mixed up the year by 6 months, bro. Shut the fuck up. Ruffy's overrated? How? How do you even know how? We don't know how good Ruffy is. He got slept by Jared Gordon. Body slept Jared Gordon with a headbutt. Literally didn't even count on his record. It got overturned to a no contest because he literally was getting pieced up by Jared Gordon. Bobby Green was getting pieced up by Jared Gordon and then ducked down into a headbutt and had to finish him that way. And he knew he went in with the headbutt. But bro, it's just like Jared Gordon was piecing Bobby Green up. Let's stop. No one finishes Ally Quinta like that. It was an early stoppage. Let's be truthful here. Drew Dober, yeah, Bobby Green got brutally KO'd by Drew Dober. Drew Dober was also another guy on a streak. You know, he beat that Brazilian dude. The Brazilian dude was styling on him, right? Against the cage. Remember that fight? And then Bobby Green hit him with that body shot. Boom! And got him out of there with the body shot. Rafael Alves, yeah. And Rafael Alves had a good fight with Damir Ismagulov. Right? I remember he had that little move he did, the little scramble he did where he did like with his legs, he went and got up. That was pretty dope. Petty has bad fight IQ. Yeah, he's English. English people are quite, I'm not going to say English people. There's a small select group of English people that are really smart, but Liverpool people, I don't think it's physically possible to have a Liverpool accent, have a Scouse accent, and be intellectual. I think they're two different ends of the spectrum. You don't have any ground game. He lost his hair against Benoit Saint-Denis. Doesn't have any ground game. He lost. He got out-grappled by Benoit Saint-Denis. And let's do some quick calculation, some quick math here. Ruffy lost to Benoit Saint-Denis because he got out-grappled. Benoit Saint-Denis was dominating Dustin Poirier in the grappling. Dustin Poirier then went on to look good in grappling exchanges against Islam Makhachev and had it 2-2 going into the 5th because of Dustin Poirier's grappling. So basically what I'm saying is Benoit Saint-Denis better than Islam at grappling. So you cannot say that Ruffy has no grappling just because he lost to Benoit Saint-Denis. Benoit Saint-Denis is one of the best grapplers at 155. It was 2-2. Stop. It was 2-2, bro. Judges had it wrong. Biased ass judges. Bobby slept Gordon, who beat Patty, who beat Chandler, who beat Hooker, who beat Turner, who beat Malarkey. How good is Bobby? Bobby didn't sleep Gordon, though. His head did. That shit don't count. Remember when Kevin Holland got slept with a headbutt by what's his name? The dude with the weird eye build. Armand should get the title fight over Gaethje. Dude. I've been thinking about this. This is what should happen at 155. Okay, ready? Ilia Topuria. Yes, Dawkins. Yes, you're right. GP. You have Google, you fucking cheater. Okay, this is what should happen at 155. Ilia Topuria makes fights relatively soon against Arman Sarukian, and Justin Gaethje waits out to fight the winner of that fight. I think that's how it should go. Because if the UFC tells Justin Gaethje and says, hey, Ilia's fighting in 3 months or whatever, meaning you don't have time for vacation, you don't have time to celebrate, you don't have time to do anything, will you take that fight? Justin Gaethje is going to say, no, I'm not going to take that fight. They say, okay, Dana White can go in a press conference and say, hey, we offered the kid to fight Ilia. We offered him the fight. He said he didn't want that fight right now. We couldn't take it. We don't blame him. So we just had to fill out a card, and we went with the next best choice, which is Arman Sarukian, the guy who, didn't fight for the title. and we're doing that fight. And Justin Gaethje is going to fight the winner. Obviously, he's the interim champion. He's no longer going to be the interim champion, but we all know he's going to be he's the interim champion. So we're just going to go with that fight. That's what they do, easily. Don't you hate it when streamers impersonate Paddy's fucking accent, you know, way? They always really emphasize that annoying throat noise, you know, way? Mate, I feel you. None of them can get a fucking Scouser's accent going well, you know? He jumped the ghillie too much. Dustin? Yeah, but that was his only option, though. He was about to get slammed. And Benoit Saint Denis had a big-ass staph infection on his dome. So let's not forget that. Let's not forget Benoit Saint Denis was brutalized by staph. Dude, you shave your head if Fluffy loses? All right? Yeah, I'll do that, bro. I'll do that for sure. GP. Stop. We're not doing that, bro. Only GP think Fiziev is good. Did you see how nervous he was at those face-offs? Dude, was that just me, or did anybody else notice how absolute nervous Fiziev was? This guy was like, I am Fiziev, and I am son of Solomon, grandson of Aldaz. I am from Azerbaijan, and I will hit you with my fist and my knee and my elbow and my leg, and I will kick you. He's like, I like that energy. I like that energy. And Ruffy's there just literally mogging the living hell out of him. The living hell out of him. He's like, just like, you know, absolute mogged. DP didn't even train before the bat. Where do you get that information? Where do you get that information? And DP, let's be honest, guys, Dustin Poirier has looked the worst, not against Max Holloway, not against Justin Gaethje, not against freaking Islam Makhachev. DP looked the worst against BSD. That's when he looked the worst. That's when he looked the worst. So, if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. You think Ruffy's going to win because that's what the UFC want and the context clues suggest it? Yeah, but the UFC doesn't always get what they want. I mean, we saw that with Paddy and Justin, bro. We saw that fucking shit with Paddy and Justin, you know, eh? We saw it. You think Pereira will take Gane and then Jones? Then we'll have Jones, Aspinall, end of year? Bro, what delusional retard land are you living in, bro? What world is this guy freaking living in, dude? This guy living in freaking Fantasyland, bro. People forget, man. No, we don't forget, bro. Bro, you're literally Charlie. I'm a Charlie Kirk clown? What do you mean I'm a Charlie Kirk clown? What does that even mean? What does that even fucking mean, lad? You know, way? I have a dream. I can't even dream in 26. What's your dream fight for this year? Dream fight for this year? Ooh, dream fight. I'm looking at Benoit Saint Denis Armand. I'm looking at Chimaev Pereira. I'm looking at Gane Aspinall. I'm looking at Jean Silva Volk, but that won't happen, but it might. I'm looking at Tapuri Islam isn't going to happen. We're talking about realistic shit. I'm thinking John Pork versus maybe, let me think, who we got at 155? Dude, a Benoit Saint Denis Holloway? Dude, Benoit Saint Denis could face the loser of Holloway versus Holloway Oliveira. Dude, that is a banger. That is a banger. Benoit Saint Denis, loser of Holloway Oliveira. I mean, we all know Oliveira's gonna lose that fight. So Benoit Saint Denis Oliveira, bro, you cannot tell me that's not something everybody will be looking forward to. Why do I always get my people forget man wrong? I don't know. That's such an overused, stupid ass saying. The people forget man thing is such a Joe Rogan. It's like the worst Joe Roganism. Same with the calf kicks. It's just so overplayed. Like, but the people forget man is genuinely the worst Joe Roganism ever. Do you think Topuria beats Dumbass? Yeah, I think so. I think he'd catch him with like a body shot or like a leg kick. I think he'd break him down. If frickin' Dennis Tululin is finding success, I'm sure Topuria would obliterate his butthole. 100%. What do you mean not going to happen? If Topuria beats everybody, there will only be Islam for him. The UFC will make it happen. If Topuria beats everybody, Islam still has so many people at 170 that need to fight him. Morales, Gary, Prates, Shavkat. 170 is too stacked right now. None of them has fought the champion yet. Benoit Saint Denis looks so much better since he changed coaches. Yeah, true. True. But he has he really looked better? I don't think he's looked better. I just think I think his takedowns have really improved. I think that's one aspect of his game that's just like, dude, his takedowns have really improved for sure. Do you think they're gonna skip a Mavov and make Hamzat fight the winner of Fluffy Strickland? No, they'd definitely make a Mavov Hamzat first, probably in the Middle East, and then they'll probably do Strickland Chimaev because Strickland's gonna beat Fluffy. Like, that's just the truth. That's a hard truth that I think a lot of people aren't accepting right now. But they'll do Strickland Chimaev probably at the end of the year. Do you think Topuria? Yeah. Bro. But people do be forgetting that, like, Charlie cracked slime out of JDM. What does that even mean? Did you know his former coach had trained Spider Silva? Really? Man, you don't like effing Morales? Why? He's a little zesty, a little fruity. He's not everybody's cup of tea, but he's fun to watch, right? He's fun to watch. He's accurate. He's great. He's cool. You know, what's not to like about him? Ruffy gonna look like... What? Isn't that Patty Pimlett? Are you talking about Jamal? What's up, Jamal? Isn't that Patty Pimlett, dude? Man, I can't believe you guys are siding with Fiziev. I can't believe you guys are siding with Fiziev. This guy literally just is just smashing ladyboys and training all day. But that's not going to give you enough power to beat Ruffy. I think Fiziev knows he's not beating Ruffy. I think Fiziev's scared. No, he is scared. Yeah, I was going to say he's not scared, but he is scared. He is scared 100%. This guy's wilting. He's not ready for that Ruffy. That Ruffy little combo. He's not ready for Brazilian McGregor. He's just not ready for that. It's a sad truth. He's not ready for it. You're not giving Volk enough credit? I am giving Volk enough credit. He's the most well-rounded fighter the UFC has ever seen outside of Mighty Mouse. If he's not first, he's second with Mighty Mouse. I think he's one of the most skilled strikers there is in the UFC right now. But his age, the time off, the mental aspect, the everything else plays a factor, you know? The fact that Diego Lopez is going to improve, the fact that Diego Lopez needs to just add a couple more things on, and he doesn't need to be better than Volk to win. That's the thing. Diego Lopez doesn't need to be better than Volk to win. He just needs to be the best Diego Lopez he can be to win. You know what I mean? On a skill-for-full basis, Volk is better than Lopez. Probably 1.5 times the level of skill as Diego Lopez. Maybe 2 times, you know? But it's just too many other factors, bro. He said he doesn't like effing Morales. Oh, okay. You don't like having sexual intercourse with Morales. I mean, have you before? Remember Topuria said he will have maybe 3-4 more fights and will go to boxing. Islam will retire next year or 2027 if we're lucky. Yeah, Islam will retire next year. I wouldn't be surprised if Islam only has like 3 more fights left. But then again, who's the next upcoming Dagestani? You know, we went from Habib to Islam. Now, do we have to wait for John Pork to climb up the rankings? Or is Usman? Dude, I think Usman Nurmagomedov should be joining the UFC. Because he is so bad, I think he wouldn't even crack top 15. He would not crack top 15. And I want to see it so badly. I think that's why he's staying in PFL. Because he knows he's not that level yet. If you're having a close fight with Hughes, you're cooked. What do you think about Islam Morales? I think it's going to be the worst matchup at the moment. Bet he'll take Usman. Yeah, I think at 170, the worst matchup for Islam is probably Shavkat and Morales. The most deserving guy at 170 is Ian Gary. And the easiest fight you can take, and the only reason to take this fight is because you want to help your friend get a huge payday, is Usman. So it sucks that they're really campaigning for... I think if Islam... Dude, and you know what's crazy? Islam said he didn't want to fight Topuria next because people are just going to say, oh, it's another short guy, that doesn't count. But how is he going to turn around and say, I want to fight Usman next, when that's a worse legacy fight? That's more damaging to his resume than an Ilia Topuria. I mean, just the consistency is just lacking, and it's so frustrating because you can't tell these guys anything. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I rather Islam fight Volk for the 3rd time when he was at 155 than fight Usman. You know? Arman Volk would be interesting, but he's aged now. Arman would murder Volk, unfortunately. Bravo is washed. Yeah. He'll get effed up in boxing. Topuria? Of course. I mean, it's boxing. It's a completely different sport. Even though Topuria is the best boxer in the UFC, he doesn't fight like a boxer. I mean, you can't... If a boxer were to go into MMA, you take that boxing style into MMA, you'd literally just get head kick KO'd. You know? The head movement is different. The footwork is different. The timing is different. The space is different. Everything is different. You know, it's just a different sport. That's like saying trying to go from rugby to like a quarterback in American football. Like you're just like, they're similar, but they're just different sports. Everything's different. They say John Pork, but IDK. What John Pork? Dude, put some chill song in the background. Maybe. Put some chill song in the background. You want a chill song in the background? I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I know a good song. I'm trying to find it though. I forget what it's. I know the person who sings in the song. I'm thinking. Oh, I got it. I got you, bro. Don't get copyrighted. I can't get copyrighted. Let me pause. Let me wait. Wait a couple seconds. This is a banger. This is what I listen to every day. This is what I listen to before I go in the shower. When I'm hitting the gym, this is what I'm listening to. Ready?
Marley on the beat.
Ready? It's dropping.
Hump me, fuck me. Daddy better make me show. You better hump me, fuck me. My tunnel loves a deep throat. Lick, 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 lick. I lick.
Alright. It's gonna get copyrighted. I can't. No more. That's the song. I'm gonna get copyrighted. Bullshit. Bro, what's wrong? What happened? You guys don't like my song? This is my hype song. That's my hype song. Before I want to do anything, that's the hype song I got. Habib, then Islam, then after him, they're gonna push Usman. Yeah, I want to see Usman in the UFC so freaking bad, dude. So freaking bad. Only GP think Usman is good. Only GP think that Paul Hughes is a good win. I really want to see Usman Nurmagomedov lose. I don't know why. I kind of like him, but I just want to see him lose. If MVP versus Strickland happened, do you think it would be boring? No, I think because you have two guys who are so boring, it would be entertaining. Same like when you have two grapplers, it turns into a striking match, and we have two strikers, it turns into a grappling match. I would love to see a boxing match with MMA gloves between Ilya and Ryan Garcia. Okay. I would love to see a boxing match between Sean O'Malley, Ryan Garcia, but you're allowed elbows and spinning back fists in MMA gloves. That's what I would want to see. But Ryan Garcia would never take that shit. The moment you add literally any changes to a boxing fight, boxers are out. You know what I mean? He's gonna put some Canadian shit on? Bro, what? That is the Canadian national anthem. That's your hype song? I don't want to hear the songs you dislike. Bro, did everybody leave because I played that? I think everybody left because I started playing that song. My bad. I won't play that song anymore. Okay. I won't play it anymore. I'll do one from my do you want to hear one from my native country? I'll do one from my native country. Okay, I'll do listen to Little Goy, $7,000. Nah. I'll listen to some Chechen Nasheeds. That's what I'll do that when I want to get hyped. Let's go Lopez, 100%. 100% where we are. What's up? What's up, man? What's up? How you doing? Lopez is winning. Ruffy's winning. Beno Saint Denis winning. So many dudes winning. In the UFC, it should be no holds barred. Fight, fight, fight. No, what are you talking about? No. Do you know how unwatchable UFC would be if, like, you got rid of the rules? It would be so unwatchable. Like, if you just gave Joe Rogan the UFC and said, you make the rules, it would be so unwatchable. You know? I think they just need to add knees to grounded opponents, but not soccer kicks. Don't allow soccer kicks, because they're way too brutal. Soccer kicks are way too brutal, but knees to a grounded opponent are good. That's what I think. Be careful, Mitchell might be over there. Or Sean, I don't know. Bryce Mitchell doesn't have anything. He has no No problems with my people. Bro, how was your US trip? I didn't go to the US. I'm free chat or stream. I'm not playing. You don't read chat? What are you talking about? I'm literally reading the entire thing. MK. MK. There's these guys are Toronto mans over here. MK. Yo, MK, fam. Yo, MK, yo. Dog, the only reason your chat's not popping up is because of you're saying bad words and they get banned by YouTube. It's not like I'm choosing to selectively read it or not. It's cuz you're swearing, saying bad words. YouTube doesn't show it no matter what I do. I can't be a moderator and see it. It just completely shuts down. So if you stop swearing, then I'll be able to see it. C418. Isn't that like Minecraft music? I'm not listening to fucking Minecraft music, bro. You know how much of a chud you have to be in order to listen to Minecraft music, bro? Come on. He's reading the entire time? Yeah, I know. That's literally all I'm doing. I am trying to see some clips though. I'm trying to see if there's anything interesting going on. But bro. Did y'all know that what's it called? They got 2 sleeps before the weigh-ins. They have like a whole extra day. They have a whole extra day of gaining weight, of rehydration. UFC Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning in Australia, but it's Saturday night in North America. But in Australia, it's Sunday morning. So they did the weigh-ins Friday afternoon, and then they're fighting Sunday morning and afternoon. So they have so much time to rehydrate. It's crazy. I don't know why they did that. Just put the dude, the UFC boggles my mind. Just do the fight card early. Nothing is wrong with doing a fight card in the afternoon to the evening, or in the morning to the evening. Like why? When is the Armon interview dropping? Don't know. No, I'm not. You're Charlie. No, I'm not. I am reading. Ever heard of Little Goy $7,000? No, I've not heard of it. Little Goy. When are we We're not sliding for Kirk, bro. I don't care why, but I've never been able to get on the Volk bandwagon. Like, he never stood out to me and still doesn't. In your opinion, he's not exciting, but he fights exciting people. Max Islam Tapuria. Yeah, I know. That's why it took forever for people to like Volk. When he was on the come up, people hated him. People hated him when he fought Max the first time. People hated him when he fought Max the second time. I mean, the Ortega fight was exciting, and that was Volk being exciting. The third Max fight was exciting because of Volk. The first Islam fight was exciting because of Islam and Volk, right? And the reason people like Volk is because he's an underdog. He was an underdog against Max. He was an underdog against Islam. He's always been an underdog, and people like underdogs. Against Islam, I don't think I've ever been able to match the feeling I had when Islam fought Volk. I've never been able to match the feeling I got. I've never been able. So Sunday morning. No, it's same time. Fights are same time, Saturday. Same as last week, same as the 6 weeks before that, same as the week before that. They're the same time. The only change is in Australia, they're fighting Sunday morning. Okay, Wayne's fucked you up? Yeah. Maybe because of that one dude who almost collapsed? No, it's not because of that one dude that collapsed. He didn't even collapse because of the weight cut. You know? Dude, Cameron Smotherman didn't even collapse because of the weight cut. He just collapsed because of something else. So I've collapsed before, and it wasn't because I was weight cutting, because I wasn't. I've collapsed before. I literally just stood up off my couch way too quick, and I just fainted. I was like, what the fuck? I literally stood up, my screen just got black like this, fuzzy black, and then I just woke up on my floor. I was like, what the fuck? How did this happen? It's crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to faint. Definitely a top feeling. Fainting is definitely a cool experience, for sure. Because, shush, bro, it needs to stay at night. Let's be honest, I own this chat. Sure. after that Ortega fight, they started to love him, but fans are always fake as fuck. They are. Dude, so many fans are literal bandwagoners. Dude, when fighters start losing, that's when I support them. I'm like the opposite. Everybody else hopped off the Ruffy train, hopped off the Jean Silva train, hopped off the Volk train, hopped off the O'Malley train, hopped off the Pereira train, you know? Hopped off hopped off the Marab train, right? Marab is crazy. You know, everybody switched up on Marab. I've never switched up on any fighter. Never switched up on Chimaev. Everybody switched up on Chimaev. I never did. Okay, everybody. I remember for a whole year, I was defending Chimaev like it was my son. Everybody was hating on Chimaev, saying he's gonna pull out. He only has 1 round of cardio. I stood by his side. Okay, I stood by O'Malley's side. I stood by Jamal Hill's side. I stood by it all, man. All these fake fans. No loyalty at all. Someone roofied you? I have been roofied before, yes. By a shorty, not by a dude. By a shorty. Shorty roofied me before. When will you debate Lost Soul? I don't know. You're anemic, and I got out of bed and fell and hit my head on the door and had to go to the hospital. Pfft, fucking loser. Still a fan of Volk? Yeah. You are off the McGregor train? Really? I'm still on the McGregor train. I think it's crazy. Dude, I'll see a post about... Dude, the problem is, when shorties start getting involved in MMA, it just ruins everything. You know what I mean? It ruins everything when shorties get involved in MMA. Because they're talking about, Conor McGregor's this, Conor McGregor did that. It's like... Did he? As far as I know, he's never been guilty of anything. He's been found liable, but he's never been found guilty. You know? What is roofing? It's when you put a drug in someone's drink to debilitate them, to ultimately take advantage of them. So what's his name did? The comedian. Bill Cosby. McGregor forever. Will Rob get his belt back? Hopefully not. He can win, of course, obviously. With some time off, good preparation, he can win. I don't think it happens. I don't think he wins. Thoughts on Lorenzo Predicts? That dude's such a chode. He's the guy that does like the live streams, vertical live streams, right? On like YouTube Shorts or whatever. I think that's such a chud move. Such a chud move to do vertical live streams. I mean, you're just desperate at that point. What was the first UFC fight you ever saw? What year? First UFC fight I ever saw? Probably Izzy versus Brunson, I think. Izzy Brunson. I think. Why does he do vertical lives? Because you have people who are scrolling on YouTube Shorts, and then they'll be able to stumble upon your live, so it's a lot easier to get views that way, you know? It's just TikTok lives. It's literally just TikTok live stream, which is just brain rot trash, you know? His channel's Lost Soul YT now. Okay, dope. Cosby was a hypocrite? Really? How trash is Patchy Mix? Really trash. Really trash. No. I'm going to say this. Patchy Mix is actually good. I think he's very skilled. And he's actually has a lot of skill. But he's just not built for the bright lights. He cannot handle the pressure. He cannot handle anything. Lorenzo owns you? No, he doesn't. Patchy said he would knock out. Dude, people were saying that Patchy Mix was the best bantamweight. People said he would beat O'Malley, beat Marab, beat Piotr Jan, beat Umar. Like, people were saying these things in comment sections. Like, it was crazy. People were picking Patchy Mix to beat Mario Bautista. I was like, how? Can't handle the truth? Maybe. At least spell the fighter's name correctly? Aww. When they deserve for me to spell their name, I'll do it. Think Patchy got thrown into the wolves too early? Yeah, he was only in his athletic prime at 32 years old, thrown against, let's be honest, decent comp. He fought He fought Wicklax. He fought Wicklax. What are you talking about? He got thrown to the wolves. He fought a guy making his debut in Wicklax. How is that the wolves? What? What? Was that even, like, that's not the wolves, bro. It was some random brat from KSW. When do early prelims start? It's same time as always, bro. He's not UFC level? Yeah. You can't handle the truth. Not people. The man himself said that? What do you mean? Patchy sound patchy? People forget Bellator is in this UFC. What the fuck? Aaron Pico's good, though. Aaron Pico, I think, is better. Would do better in the UFC. Where is Pico, though? Where is Aaron Pico? Like, you can come back now. You don't need to take this long of a layoff. You're asking, is it today? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Same time as usual. It's going to start, like, what? 24 hours from now? 26 hours from now is a fight card? 26 hours from now? Taito Ivasa will run a train on Dag for picking? For picking what? I'm picking him to win. Why would he run a train on me for picking him? It would be the opposite. He would run a train on me for disrespecting him and picking Textiera. Pico's still trying to wake up? Yeah, probably. Probably. Bilal Strickland, who you got? Strickland, easily. What would Bilal do? Take him down? He wouldn't be able to take him down. And Strickland would just piece him up. Probably Strickland would finish Bilal. That's what I think. Praying Usman doesn't get the title shot next, I'm going to be pissed. I know, same. I'm going to be really mad too, but honestly, it seems like that's what's going to happen. The sad truth, sad reality. Isn't Strickland fighting Fluffy? Yeah. Can I talk like who? Bilal by decision? Holy. This guy's trying to be different. This guy's a, what's it called? This guy's trying to be different. Strickland's going to destroy Fluffy. True. He will destroy Fluffy. We will send him back to Mexico. I don't like Fluffy at all. I don't know anybody likes Fluffy. Yes, he has an interesting, fight. Interesting fight style. But he's so stupid. I hate him. Contrarian. Yeah, exactly. Contrarian. What do you think about Ilya's brother? I think he's good. Dude, I like Ilya's brother. No Diddy. I want to see Ilya's... Dude, apparently Ilya's brother's fighting Bryce Mitchell. That's a crazy fight. Crazy step up. Dude, Ilya's brother will KO Bryce. Bryce is going to get submitted and KO'd by Topuria. Bellator paid more than UFC. Patch only made $24K in the UFC, but $1 million in Bellator. He didn't make $24K in UFC. If he only made $24K in the UFC, his manager is trash. He beat my boy Delibze, Rob Delibze versus Vittori. Yeah, Fluffy has like hard fights with like some dudes. I want to see Fluffy versus Mavov. I think that would be so cool. Fluffy will send Strickland back to Europe? No. Strickland sending Fluffy back to Mexico. Delibze's garbage? Yeah. That was a joke. Oh. Mark your words. What words do you want me to mark? Can't say mark my words and not say anything worth marking. Lily said that was a joke. Mark my words. Bryce beat a Nurmagomedov. He beat a Gracie. Now he'll beat a Topuria. Yeah, he beat Saeed Nurmagomedov. The only Nurmagomedov that isn't related. The only Nurmagomedov in Dagestan that isn't related to Habib. And he beat who else? A Gracie? Okay, that's literally nothing special. Literally nothing special. Mavov is buns? No, he's not. He lost to Phil Hawes, but Phil Hawes was good at one point. Fluffy versus Usman go? Bro, Fluffy would destroy Usman. What? In a 5-rounder, Usman would probably get finished brutally too. Strickland, the most overrated middleweight, top 10. How is he the most overrated middleweight in top 10 when he beat Adesanya, who's also in the top 10? What? He beat Paulo Costa. He has a boring style, but he's still not. But he's not overrated. I'll give respect where respect is due. You don't time people out. Yeah, thank you. I'm not MMA Joey. I wouldn't time people out for like cheesing me. That makes it way more fun. If this was MMA Joey just runs like a dictatorship. You know what I mean? Is he his buns too? He's not buns. He's not buns. He had a close fight with a Mavov. He beat if Izzy's buns, how did he beat Pereira? You know what I mean? Lorenzo banned me because I said he's not from the UK. That's funny. You're waiting for Pico to come back. He still has a lot to show. He reminds me of Chandler, Chad Mendez. In fact, I'm waiting for... Who? Who the fuck is this guy? Saldin Parnasse. He is in KSW. KSW has kind of been on the rise lately. But their fighters just aren't proven. Will Volk get finished? I hope not. He will get finished, sadly. Unfortunately, Volk will get finished. Izzy beat Pereira 3 years ago, bro. Over time, time for everybody to move on. Time for everybody to move on. Okay. And who is Fluffy beaten? Who is Fluffy beaten? Brendan Allen 3 years ago. Time for everybody to move on, bro. Time for everybody to move on. Come on. Who's Drickus beaten? Izzy? Bro, time for everybody to move on, bro. Like what? Who's the Mavov beaten? Close AF fight with Brendan Allen. Come on, bro, everybody move on. You beat Izzy, bro. Everybody move on. I made Joey times out for disagreeing with him, but then he says the MMA community, not including his, is an echo chamber. Yeah. Dude, MMA Joey will get trolled and just crash out and just become like a literal victim. Like this guy's such a victim. Wow, you guys are trolling me? You have to do invoicing now? Alright, peace, bro. Good luck. The KSW lightweight and featherweight champ? Oh, double champ, really? Okay. MMA Joey's the embodiment of soy? He is. I don't even think he's a fan. Dude, I don't think... Is it weird that I'm like... Dude, I don't think MMA Joey or Kenny Okoye are fans of the UFC. I think they're just fans of talking about the UFC. That makes sense. Parnas? Yeah, that's his name. Fluffy beat Allen last year? Yeah, dude, that was last year. It's time to lose. That was last year. No, Fluffy didn't beat Allen in 2020. That was 2024. Oh, that was 2025? That was February, so practically 2024. So basically 2 years ago. Time to move on, bro. Assume that he got KO'd to retire. What happens now at featherweight? Is Diego actually that good? Dude, it's crazy. If Diego becomes champion at 145, he's like the worst champion 145 has ever seen. Aldo, Connor, Max, Volk, Ilya are all generational talents, and then you got Diego Lopez. Like, that shit does not make sense. Bro's legit no reason to hate Fluffy. Yeah, he got KO'd by Holland. He's a flukester. He's a fluky flukester. He knocked the shit out of Izzy? Yeah, bro. Last year, dude. Last year. Time to move on. MMA Joey's employed by the far left? Yeah. All the fans, bro, even Nina Drama was a fan. They're all fans. They're not fans, though. They're not fans. Do you genuinely believe Nina Drama is a fan? Like, I'm not talking about somebody who watches the fights. I'm talking about someone who truly has like a deep connection with the fights. You know, she don't have that. She just watches them because she's employed. That's the only reason she's involved. She wasn't watching before, you know? She's literally just a Vine person who started watching. Let's be honest, Nina Drama is employed by some large entity. It's probably employed by BlackRock or something. You know, it sounds gay as fuck. Okay, clearly you're not a fan. Clearly you're not a fan, bro. Nobody was a worse champion than Connor? What? You mean nobody's the better champion than Connor? Nina Drama employed by OF? I wouldn't be surprised. Connor was probably the second best or the best champion at featherweight. If Diego wins, defends the belt at least once, he's not the worst champion. No, he would still be the worst champion, but he wouldn't be able to defend once. He would lose his next fight. Nina's not a fan. She gets paid to pretend to be a fan. 100%. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think Joey cares more about being right. That's why he keeps bragging about how predicted Connor Chandler wouldn't happen. Prediction made 3 years ago. Yeah, Joey cares about being right and being like a virtue signaling dude who's a voice for a certain demographic as fan. But I don't think he's a real fan of the sport. I think he's a fan of the politics of the sport, to be honest. He's like the Hassan of MMA, you know? He's just a fan of the politics. Connor never defended his belt. Connor only has one win at lightweight. Okay. And the quickest fight in a championship fight ever. Destroyed Aldo, who was undefeated for like, what, 13 years or some shit like that? You know? Moved up, first ever consecutive, simultaneous double champ. Come on. Fluke. All right. You fell asleep and woke up to Luke Thomas. I've done that. You know who's underrated? You know who's underrated? MMA experts underrated. He's the most underrated. Shea, MMA Shea is a casual. He is a casual. MMA Shea is GP. MMA Shea is GP. And no one's going to be able to tell me otherwise. MMA Shea is 100% general population when it comes to MMA. He doesn't know shit. I was in his live chat, bro, and he didn't know any fighters. People were like, you know, what do you think about this guy? Or what do you think about He didn't know Tai Tuivasa was on this card. This was this week. Earlier this week. I was watching MMA Shay's live stream, and this guy was like, he didn't know Tai Tuivasa was on this card, and he didn't know who Talushin Teixeira is. He thought Talushin Teixeira was Walter Walker. And I'm like, dude, how does anybody listen to this guy? He doesn't know anything. Who's going to fight on the White House main card? O'Malley, Gaethje. Those are the only two guys I figured out. But I don't think the UFC White House card is happening. I don't think it's going to happen. Conor did more business than Legacy. No. First ever simultaneous champ? What? How is that not Legacy? Fastest win in a title fight ever? How is that not Legacy? Just because it's not title defenses doesn't mean it's not Legacy. Conor KOing Aldo and destroying Alvarez is way more impressive than Islam moving up and beating JDM. Never being a simultaneous champ. Used to watch his lives, notice how much he drops the F-bombs, got annoying. Yeah. Is Conor ever coming back? Probably not. Thought it was Saturday and Volk lost. Dumbass needs to be on the White House card. I see that. Yes. Just got here. Who you got? Shakur Lopez. I think Shakur's going to win. I think he's going to win a fairly boring decision. I think Teofimo Lopez is going to have some moments of success. Maybe get a couple clean punches throughout the fight. I think it's going to be... I just think Shakur's going to style on him a little bit. I really want Teofimo Lopez to win. His story's way cooler. He's an underdog his whole life. I like him a lot better, but it is what it is. I think there's just levels. There's a reason why Shakur is fighting Teofimo Lopez, you know? You think the lives is members only now, but his live stream a few days ago, there's 10-second segment where he says, fuck like 5 times. Really? Bro's acting like he watches boxing. I watch the big boxing fights. I watch Steven Shakur fight on a Tuesday. You can't say I don't I don't watch boxing when I watch Steven Shakur fight on a freaking Tuesday night in a hotel room in like Montreal or something. Boxing GP. I am boxing. No. I wouldn't say I'm boxing GP, but I'm definitely not a hardcore fan in the slightest, you know? But hardcore boxing fans is like, you're a fucking dweeb, let's be honest. Shakur Stevenson. What's GP? Yo! This guy doesn't know what GP is. Yo, this guy's such a GP, bro. This guy's literal GP. Doesn't even know what GP is? Yo, this guy's hilarious, bro. Get a load of this GP, bro. Get a load of this GP. Bro's showing? Yeah, bro's showing his GP right now. Bro's showing he is GP. Bro's showing he is GP. 100%. Holy, bro. Doesn't even know the lingo. Doesn't even know the freaking lingo, man. Mispronounces many fighters' name. Textiera. Yeah. A GP. How far is London from the UK? Why is hardcore boxing fan a dweeb, but an MMA hardcore fan not? Have you ever tried to listen to a hardcore boxing fan? Like that's all you should know. If you've ever listened to a hardcore boxing fan, they're literally just a dweeb, bro. But a hardcore MMA fan is better. But a casual boxing fan is not a dweeb, but like a TikTok casual MMA fan, they're a dweeb. You know what I mean? So it's like hardcore MMA fan, not a dweeb. Hardcore boxing fan, dweeb. Casual boxing fan, not a dweeb. Casual MMA fan, dweeb. Boxing's so boring. It depends. Some of them are good. Fiziev is ending the Ruffy hype. You wish. You wish, bro. You wish. You wish. Because boxing is a science, and science equals, yeah, exactly. Magnus, GP, bro, I'm going to hit you with a heads up. GP is general population, okay? If you don't know shit about MMA, you're GP. You're general population. You know what I mean? There's levels. There's people who understand this shit to like a high level, understand the niches, understand everything that goes on in between the sport, okay? Those are hardcore fans. Everybody else is GP. All those TikTok fans that post in, all these girls that watch MMA and they're sad about Patty Pimblett losing on TikTok, they're GP, okay? They don't represent anybody. They're a bunch of dweebs. All right, boys. I got a dip. I got work, bro. I got work. I got to get ready for work. And then got work early tomorrow morning. You're part of GP? Then what's SEEP? Carlos Brates. That's what that is. And it's nothing else. Any last questions? Any last questions y'all want to ask? Any questions? I'll fire off some questions. Bro got a job? I've had a job for years. What? Ruffy's still favorite, so the hype is still there? Yeah, because he's going to win. He only lost to Benoit Saint-Denis, who is a better grappler than Islam Makhachev. So that's why. Dag is a Carlos Prates enjoyer. I don't mind him. I wanted to see Leon Edwards beat him, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyone got questions? Thought it was evens? Nah, Ruffy's like a slight favorite. I don't know why he's not a huge favorite. That's huge money to be made. Vegas is losing a lot of money on him. By gay, I mean Dag. Nice one, dude. Hilarious. You always show biceps, show triceps. I'm wearing a hoodie, bro. By gay. All right. Stop calling me gay. I'm not. A gay dude has hit on me at a bar before, though. And I said, not in front of my friends. No, I'm kidding. I said, no. Not right now. Bye, gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay, by the way. Wasn't Fiziev the favorite? I'm surprised leaning towards Ruffy now. Probably when it started. Don't you know hardcore boxing fans you interacted with? But I don't think they're dweebs like hardcore MMA fans. I mean, look how they treated DC. Shit, look how they treat Aspinall when he got poked. Yeah, but that's casuals. Those aren't hardcores. Imagine Dag gets beat up by a gay. I would never. Is that promo They always show for Patty. Anybody got any questions? No. I don't think so. What you say now? What you gonna say now? Alright. Nothing else? Nothing else? I'm gonna ban the word gay for tomorrow because I refuse to be called that. So yeah. Get prepared to never say that shit again. You guys ruined it. Alright, it's been your boy Dagmay, guys. If you haven't seen my prediction video, it's great. It's honestly a great video, guys. It's a great video, great breakdown. Go watch that if you haven't seen it. Go watch it. It has been your boy Dagmay, and I'm signing out. Peace. Deuces. Alright, peace, boys. Yeah, fuck these guys.